I met Paul Faries. Obviously, I was just completed my freshman year at Pepperdine, and then he was coming in. So I was going into my sophomore season. Paul was coming in as a freshman. So we met, that summer, as you kind of get ready for your fall, your fall practices and stuff. And so first impressions were he was kind of quiet, he kind of kept to himself a little bit. Then once you got to know him, you saw that he wasn't necessarily as quiet. Great sense of humor, great personality, great worker.
He was 2 years ahead of me, and the thing about Paul is he is very dedicated to what he does, and he was very good at what he did. So, when it came to baseball, he respected the game, he respected his teammates, and he respected representing the university. And so if you had to copy somebody, Paul's the guy to copy.
Here's Paul Faries out of Moraga, California, a senior, hitting .351, 5 home runs and 39 runs batted in. Down low. When you talk about Faries, you're talking about a ball player's ball player. In fact, earlier this season, after Pepperdine had played a series against the University of San Diego, San Diego's fine head coach John Cunningham came over to Faries and told him he was the best gamer he had seen in the last quarter of a century. Now, that's an ultimate compliment. But that's the kind of player that Paul Faries has turned out to be.
He could do everything. He could play anywhere on the field. He could play third, he could play short, he could play second, he could play outfield. He probably could have even pitched if we needed it. And he didn't just play it good, he played it great, which is very difficult to do. And again, he could do everything. He could hit, he could run. And in addition to being fast, he was a great base runner and base stealer.
Well, I saw it in Paul. He was mature for his age. He was not only a good kid on the field, but off the field, he was a leader as well. And he was just the kind of kid you'd want to see, and you'd want him to be your son. That's the kind of kid you'd want. And Paul exemplified all those attributes. He was a good kid on the field, a great player on the field, and he was a leader off the field, and I could trust him. And I think that's the one thing a manager can say about a player, if you can trust him. And Paul definitely could be trusted.
Right away, you could tell he was pretty intense on the field. When it was time to play, he really got after it. But then once you got a chance to get to know Paul, you saw a little bit of lighter side, more of just a real dry, witty sense of humor.
When practices started, I realized that he's the type of guy that I want to be playing with. Just a gamer, hardcore guy, took the game really serious. He was very intense when he played, but it was a good intense, and he brought out a lot of good around him.
He was a great athlete, great baseball player, and was a great student. And that's one of the other things. He was very, very intelligent and very smart, and that made him a lethal ragger on the field.
And just a great person, just made of the right stuff, just cared about his teammates. Like I said, didn't care where he played, didn't care if it was third, second, or short, or outfield. It didn't matter to him. He just wanted to be on the field, and he wanted to win.
And was just a guy that could do it all, and that's why he helped Pepperdine win a ton of games, and he eventually made it to the big leagues.
I remember being in the room when Paul was drafted, and it was a 23rd pick, and we already had a young shortstop, Jose Valentin, who was 16 years old from Puerto Rico. And the farm director turned to me and said, "Hey, there's this kid from Pepperdine, it's an All-American. He plays second base, you want to take him?" I said, "Take him." Paul came up to Spokane in 1987 and became our second baseman. And I was impressed right away. His work ethic was outstanding. He's a very smart player, intelligent player. He just kept going at every level. He succeeded and adjusted, made great adjustments to AAA and the major leagues, and it was exciting to see him in the major leagues.
Very rewarding for you and everybody else that played with you. Congratulations, I'm very proud of you and the family, and hopefully we'll be in touch and talk soon.
I'd like to congratulate you, Paul, on your induction into the Hall of Fame. It's a great honor, it's well deserved. It was actually a pleasure and honor for me to be one of your managers and one of your coaches, and I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Paul, congratulations on your induction into the Hall of Fame. Very well deserved. I know you put a lot of hard work in over the years and embody everything Pepperdine is about. So congratulations.